Okay guys, welcome back to the show, and this is going to be a real good show. I got a lot that I think you're going to like because it seems like everybody liked my 2021 New Year handgun collection. So this is going to be part 2, long gun edition. Except I do have a couple handguns to show that I did not have at the making of the first video. So this Butte will be one. I got just 2 to show. And this is the Pavona. It is not the full size, but it is the compact, polymer compact Witness EAA Tank Foglio. Okay, so this is the normally they call it the compact PC or CP, something like that. But this is the special Pavona. So this is it's actually a very rare gun in my estimation. It took me literally a year to find this, looking sometimes every day. But anyways, it seems like it has a nice drift adjusting LPA Novak sight cut in the back. It's obviously it's double or single action. So you know, you got this where it'll go, or you got, you know, when this, once you shoot the first one, or you can keep it cocked and locked like a 1911 if you want to, with the safety there. So it does have the safety. Now this, being the gun that it is, it's a lot like an EAA gun that that they made called the MAP, which came with a 22 TCM barrel. If you're familiar with the Rock Island 22 TCM, and I actually have a 22 TCM barrel that I'm going to put in this gun. I already expect to have issues, but I'll take it to Gunsmith and have it, see if they can smooth it out for me. Because I used to have a gun like this. It's in my videos. It's a pink one, same size, same everything, except it didn't say Pavona. And I used to put, take a look at that. It's pretty neat. The flakes, whatever, are actually in the polymer. Okay. So, anyways, it would work, but it would tie up. But so does all my 22 TCM, so nothing new. Now, if you wanted a Beretta pocket gun, or if you were looking for like the weakest semi-auto, let's say, look no further than the Beretta Cheetah. And I put some new grips on this. I already made a video on this gun, but this wasn't included, I don't think, in my New Year gun collection. Anyways, this gun is excellent. Now, see, I'm starting a Beretta collection, and I could go with the Tomcat or the Jetfire, but you know what? I'm not too excited about those guns, because the Tomcat I would be, but apparently some people get on with cracks in the frame. So I'm just gonna go as this being the smallest, and then maybe get the 84 with the 380 version. This is the 32 ACP. Very nice shooting, very nice trigger. Okay, so let's get on with the long guns now. And let's start with, you know what? I just want to celebrate because we have, what is it now? In office, communists? Oh wait, democratic socialists. And if you're in a democratic socialist country, then shouldn't you have your AK? Now, I'm not an AK connoisseur, so perhaps, and you're going to find this with all my long guns, none of them are really top end. I know I have a broad collection for my handguns, you know, a value, broad collection across the spectrum. Like, I've got very cheap, and then I've got, you know, like a Rock Island, and I got a little bit more expensive, like a SIG, nothing really over $2 grand or whatever, but close with some of my rhinos and whatever. But with my long guns, same thing. Actually, they don't even get that expensive because I just don't have as much use for a long gun. I'm more of a concealed carry person and less of a hunter. But anyways, I can't take you as a serious gun collector if you don't at least have an AK to, you know, celebrate some sort of communism, and it should be communism red. That's fitting. It actually came brown, but I did this dye job on it. It's actually dye, it's not paint, and I think it looks good. I like this. Now, my thing is with the AK, and I know there's some people that think, hey, if it's not original, you know, you're missing the boat, because the whole point of the AK is the reliability, right? Well, my thing about the AK is I don't like not having, well, I don't like the iron sights on it. I wanted something different. And I don't want the scope mounted to the side thing. I can't get down with that. The whole kind of like, oh, a lot of people think of the AR is better is because it has a center of bore axis optic. Okay, so that's why I got the dust cover with the rail on it. Now that didn't come like that. I ordered it from special from a company and had to install it. But you know what? I don't care what people's theories are. This is very tight. Okay, it's not an issue. So whatever people say, there's a saying, a person's, theory is never at the mercy of somebody's experience, okay? And, I own this, so I know it's not an issue. So whatever. The next gun to show, I guess, will be this, what is it called? The M2 Style. This is my son's gun. He really likes this handle, this M16 look or whatever on the AR15. It is not expensive by any measure, but it's okay because it makes him happy. I kind of like this little grip right here. It makes it look cool. Whatever, it's a pretty neat gun. Like it, shoots, works. We built it, fun. Okay, so that's that. Boring of colors, but he's all right with that, so I'm all right with it. Let's see what else we got. Well, I may as well go with my AR15. Since we're on talking AR-15s. Now mine has the Timber Creek parts on it, and that makes it look pretty flashy. I like that. Like it to stand out a little bit. And mine also has the special switch on it. You can't tell, I guess, but it has the echo trigger in there. And tell you what, I don't have any issues with it. It runs like it runs, okay? I mean, it may not be the best trigger in semi-auto, but it is what I want it to be. You know what? If they're going to try to act like these guns are so deadly, then why don't we make them deadly? All right, so that's my point. Now, I skipped out a little bit of information. You guys are probably wondering, man, why did you skip over? Okay, I was talking about, I don't know that much about AK, but I guess I can at least let you know this is a Palmetto. So for all who are wondering, because they don't know either. Some of you probably, oh yeah, there's a Palmetto Armory right there. Okay, yeah, I admit it. I'll just admit it. It is a Palmetto State Armory gun, PSA K47 or whatever they want to, however they say it. And like I said, I got no complaints about that gun. Shoots great, very reliable, no issues at all. So then that brings us to pump shotgun. Now, I think some people watch my videos because I have peculiar guns, and this is one of them because maybe the untrained eye doesn't notice. You're like, what in the world is that? This is actually a Maverick 88, Mossberg Maverick 88. Dropping guns now. And this came with the pistol grip. So I did a lot of different mods on this. I changed out this front wood piece, okay? And I sanded them down and put this blue stain on it, which obviously I'm not a professional stainer, but that's okay. I kind of like it. Kind of like gives it a little character. And I shoot these mini shells with this gun a lot, so it's just cool. I like it. And I put the strap on here, of course. And I don't know, there's not really a whole lot else to say about it. It's just a cheapo pump action. But if you don't have a pump action, I mean, come on, are you really serious about your guns or what? Now everybody's got to have a 22, including my 7-year-old daughter. So you get a crapo sight on there, and this is a bolt action. This is the Cricut, pretty in pink. And I'll tell you what, it's very accurate, surprisingly accurate. Even before I put this sight on there, it's bolt action, only shoots one at a time, single shot. It's great for a kid starting out learning, and I don't know, it's fun. So that's about the story on that. Not a whole lot to say there. And that brings me to semi-automatic 12 gauge Boxfed. Now this looks cool, but I don't consider it a very good gun. For one, it's cheap. I really should just went with the Mossberg version or whatever. But what we got here is we got a gun that is very particular on ammo, and otherwise it just jams. It'll shoot like double-aught buck and I think I figured out something else it would shoot, but I haven't shot it in a while, so I forgot. But whatever. I got a box laying around to remind me of what it works with, and that's that. Maybe, you know, maybe each person gets different. Maybe I got a lemon. I don't know. I'm not saying Rock Island's the best, but it's definitely, I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst, but it's definitely not the best. Let's put it that way, okay? Now, the next few guns I've got, okay, are based on this idea. This idea of shit hits the fan. Oh, we got to have a pistol caliber carbine. We got to have a pistol and a rifle that uses the same ammo. Okay, so I thought, okay, we can try that. And I end up getting this, it's called a TNW Aero survival rifle. This is cool. That's about all I got to say. This thing, mine is in 357 SIG, and if you watch my channel, you know I love 357 SIG. It's my favorite pistol caliber. Well, to me, it's like this. If you're going to get a pistol caliber carbine, let's get real. There's only 3 calibers that are going to give you rifle velocity, or why even bother with this? Why don't you just grab a 22 TCM handgun, okay? Because at least you'll have some velocity. I'm a velocity guy, all right? So at least you'll have some velocity out of it, because it's just insane to carry something this big when something like this is going to be more powerful. I mean, what's the point? I mean, you lost me there. So 10 millimeter or 357 SIG or 5.7 is about the only ones I can think of offhand. I mean, 44 Magnum, but you're not usually going to get a rifle in 44 Magnum, 357 Magnum, okay? Those are the only things that you're really, I mean, going to get more out of. I get it if you're cheap and you want a 9mm that's got a stock on it or a brace, okay, I get it, because you're cheap, but if you're going to spend any money, you may as well get something that's, and I'm not saying this is an expensive gun, because it's not. It might be like 700 bucks for it. Hey, it takes Glock mags. So I just grabbed my 357 SIG Glock 31, grab this, and tons of mags and tons of 357 SIG, right? And I got it going on. Okay, so that's about all I got to say about this, other than you can get these in like a lot of different calibers, okay? You can, and this switches to 9mm just with a quick change of the barrel. It's got a smaller barrel. It's actually classified as a pistol. People like to argue with me about that, but believe me, I know what I'm talking about on that one. I know my state's laws. I know the federal laws on it. It's fine. Okay, so while we're on this subject, let's say that you want to be a cowboy and you're a revolver guy. You got to have your lever action Henry Big Bore 357/38 Special. So 357 Magnum 38 Special. Cool gun. People like it. I'm not as happy about it as I thought I'd be. You know how you get all excited about something and you buy it and it's like, whatever. I wish it had the side loader. I think that's why. If I had the side loader, maybe I'd be more into it. But it's a cool gun. I'm not going to part with it. But yeah, this would go good with, you know, get a big sack of 357 Magnums or 38 Specials and grab your revolver. And again, the 357 Magnum, at least you'll get some velocity out of the longer barrel. Okay, so there is a reason. Yeah, I know you'll get an extra whole 100 or 150 feet per second if it was a 9mm this long, but just think of what you're going to get with a real bullet like a 357 Magnum or like my other gun, 357 SIG. You're really taking advantage of the fact that you got a rifle. It makes sense. At least that's how I see it, okay? Maybe you see it different. And here's my last, save the most beautiful for last. Let's say that you're a big fan of the Judge. Do we got any big fans of the Judge out there? Oh, by the way, I want to remind you, please subscribe, and hopefully I earn that thumbs up button. Okay, so who's a fan of the Judge? Because I got its match right here. And isn't it beautiful? It's just memorizing beautiful. Okay, so you're thinking to yourself, okay, I gotcha. Those 45s and those 410 shells and that, they're not going to be rifle velocity. So, you know, you're just being a hypocrite. Okay, you got me. But guess what? If you get a 410 slug, I see that they're rated for 1,800 feet a second. So now we're back up there in the 1,800 a second or higher, which is what I consider the rifle velocity. And I got that from watching that Lucky Gunner video about bullet manufacturers, and they were talking about logistics and ballistics, and they're talking about how people more often succumb to a single shot from a rifle because simply the velocity makes a bigger wound channel that might give a hydrostatic shock and shut down organs even though you didn't directly hit them. So that's all that mouthful right there is part of the reason why you ought to like velocity, at least a little bit. You have to wonder how come a 22 bullet in an AR-15 does so much. It's just a 22, right? At what? 3,000 plus feet per second. Okay, anyways, it's a beaut. And one more thing about this. Again, now that we have those democratic socialists in office that want to steal all our guns, right? Who's with me? You know, hopefully something like this would be under the radar. And sure, bolt action and lever action be the last to go, but this is shoot a little further, or shoot, I'm sorry, not further, faster, okay? You get this revolver as fast as you can pull the trigger, you know, because, all right, so that's kind of part of the idea. It's kind of like, I mean, like a semi-automatic, but they don't call it a semi-automatic. You just pull the trigger and go, right? Only bad thing is it only holds five rounds, but you have 5 slugs in there, and you got something decent, and you know, you could be carrying a judge with this. So I just like this gun, especially the stainless steel version and the special beautiful stock I have. So that's about it. Like I said, please like and subscribe and share this video, and hopefully you got some entertainment. I don't know what else to say. That's all I got. I guess what long gun am I missing? Go ahead and put it down below, and I'll put a link to the first video down below in case you missed it. And thanks for watching.